This is my persuasive speech about crypto and blockchain technology affecting the next industrial revolution. My name is Adisa Anika, and imagine waking up tomorrow and being able to send money to anyone in the world instantly without asking a bank for permission, paying high fees, or waiting days for it to process. Imagine voting securely from your phone wherever you are in the world and every vote being recorded on a blockchain public ledger that cannot be altered, and imagine owning your assets without middlemen holding or restricting your wealth. That future isn't science fiction, it actually already exists through blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. My position is that blockchain and crypto can help spark the fourth industrial revolution by decentralizing financial control, modernizing the way we vote, reducing corruption, and making true ownership of wealth a basic human right instead of a privilege managed by banks and governments. I will focus on three ideas: how crypto reshapes our financial systems, how blockchain modernizes governance, and why self custody of wealth matters so deeply. So let's look at money. First, people believe they own their money, but the reality is banks control it. Funds can be frozen, delayed, taxed through inflation, or restricted without your approval. Central banks constantly print new money, lowering purchase power and causing prices to rise faster than wages. Cryptocurrency challenges this system. Blockchain allows peer to peer transactions without intermediaries, and blockchain, for example, Bitcoin specifically, operates with fixed supply, meaning inflation cannot be endlessly manipulated. When you hold crypto in a private wallet, you control your funds directly. No banker can access or deny your transactions, and that is genuine financial ownership. You see, we already look at it in a weird way. Our financial system is set up whereas though in countries facing inflation or unsustainable banking systems like Argentina or Nigeria, for example, crypto adoption is widespread because people need a way to protect their savings and conduct business independently. So in those type of countries, data from chain analysis confirms that adoption grows fastest where financial systems are already failing. The logos in action is real technology solving real problems. That logos in action would always be real technology solving real problems because the second thing we need to focus on is how blockchain can modernize voting and government records. Elections today are often surrounded by claims of fraud, inaccuracy, and blockchain voting systems can permanently record votes on a public ledger that cannot be changed. Each vote is timestamped and verified with cryptographic proof. So governments could use blockchain for land ownership, identity verification, aid, and it has no middlemen so that the government can go exactly where it's supposed to. Countries like Estonia and parts of Switzerland already are testing these systems with success. And by doing this, you can make sure government funds are going where they're supposed to. The third thing would come from deep personal issue, at least for me, is that if you consider self custody a human rights issue, then you need to access traditional banking systems, which require paperwork, financial status, geographic stability, and government documentation, which means billions of people around the world are locked out of the global financial system. Crypto wallets remove these barriers, and anyone with a phone or internet access can store, transfer, or receive money without institutional approval. So, government workers cannot limit the rights of refugees, migrant workers, or people from rural communities, especially when they live under corrupt regimes and gain financial independence that could possibly have been previously unreachable for those groups of marginalized people. Yes, there are certain critics about crypto. Certain critiques would specifically be that it's volatile and there's a lot of scams that exist, as well as fraud. But there is no amount of fraud done in cryptocurrency that hasn't already been used with fiat currency or the US dollar. Blockchain is not about get rich quick schemes, it's about rebuilding public infrastructure to return control to individuals instead of centralized institutions that have operated with little accountability over the decades. So, what can we do? First, educate ourselves beyond the hype. Second, support policies that protect self custody rights and defend the financial freedom of the regular everyday American. Third would be back ethical blockchain projects focused on real world solutions like voting systems and financial access. Most of all, stop waiting for permission to protect your future because ownership should not be handed out by institutions. It should belong to every human being on this planet. Thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye bye.